Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Christmas special for the mRNA podcast. That's the Music Review Nerd Acumen. I'm here with Staple Gun, aka Justin. Why do I say your name like that? Like it's so almost condescending. Justin. God.
That guy.
That guy. We're back with that guy. That actually sounds better. That guy reviews.
That guy. All right.
Yeah. I dig it. What's up, Trevor, in chat? He's always here and ready for us. The support, man. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everybody, for listening to our podcast. This is our 9th album review this year.
Wow. It doesn't seem like it.
No, I was looking at that, too, because I was starting to get a picture of, wrapping the year, kind of looking back at the things that we've done, and I was looking at launching this. We launched this, back in April? May? We've been pretty consistent, almost once a month, every single month. What's up, Thunder? We only had the delay for the one episode with the used, but we did 2 in 1 month, I think, once as well. So that kind of kept us on track. So, but yeah, this is our music review podcast. If you haven't checked it out and you like music, you're in the right place. And this year, this episode, concluding our first year, is a Christmas episode. So it's gonna be what's up, Batman? Thank you for the host. You picked this one. I didn't even know this was gonna be a thing. You said, hey, New Found Glory, and I said, hey, I like that band. Mm-hmm. And then you said, hey, it's a Christmas album. I'm like, okay, a cover album. You're like, hey, no, it's not.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Thank you for the host, MX. And I was like, oh, not a cover album, but a Christmas album, like originals.
Okay, come on.
Thanks for the host, Rated. What's going on?
Effective.
So putting all those pieces together, New Found Glory, not a cover album, but a Christmas album. I didn't know what to expect.
Same.
And we'll talk about it as we give a breakdown. But yeah, this isn't their first either. They did a EP back in 2012, I believe. A very New Found Glory Christmas or something of that sort. Do you remember the name?
No, not offhand.
Okay. Which led into, actually, and again, we'll talk about it when we get to the songs, led into, you've listened to the Punk Goes compilation albums, right?
Yes.
So we've had many talks on that.
Yeah.
I'm just more so clarifying to anyone listening. They had a song off this album featured on it, and again, we'll give a breakdown of that. So it's not 100% new material. So
Correct.
Dingus, thank you for the host. But yes, what was it, December 2nd, December 3rd was the release of this, 2021. New Found Glory, December's here. How fitting, because December is here. We're almost actually done with December now. It's the 20th of 2021. So it's crazy. What a year. So again, welcome to our Christmas special. I didn't do a lot of legwork for this as far as preparation for the background of the album. I can say this. I've been listening to this band for about 20 years. So it's another band for us that's been around for a long, long time. And it's another band that probably has been come and go with us. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm going to give that prediction that you're probably in the same situation as me, where it's been a big deal, and then they just kind of faded away. Not them faded away, but for our interests faded away, and then have remind us that they're still here, and we're reminded every now and then with some of their stuff. With that, why don't you actually you said you did some prep work, give us a background on New Found Glory, a little showcase of their discography.
Yeah, so their first album came out 1999. Nothing Gold Can Stay is what it was called. In 2000, they had a self-titled album called New Found Glory. That is the one that was definitely the most popular, or really kind of kicked them off. That one had My Friends Over You and Head On Collision. So those were ones that were big hits back in 2000. Mm-hmm. 2002, a couple years later, they put out Sticks and Stones. They have All Downhill From Here. That was another big hit. Again, like you said, as far as relevance, both those albums were very relevant for me when I was listening to them. 2004, they put out Catalyst. There's a couple tracks on there that I was familiar with, but I think it probably started losing track of them around that time. Then 2006, Coming Home. 2007, like you said, they did a lot of Punk Goes stuff. So they done Punk Goes Christmas. They done Punk Goes Pop. They did a cover of Kiss Me, which is a great cover song. 2009, Not Without a Fight. 2011, they put out Radio Surgery. 2014, Resurrection. 2017, Makes Me Sick. And then 2020, Forever and Ever times Infinity. And 2021, they put out a deluxe album of that 2020 album. Kind of like what the Used did.
Right. And these
so
are
21
all...
total songs.
Right. These are all major albums then. They've had EPs, which are shorter. They've had singles and B-sides littered in between all these releases, too. You mentioned Catalyst as being kind of the falling off point for the band. It was shortly after
At
that.
least for me.
For you, right. For me, it was Coming Home. Stylistically, it was a new direction that they had tried. He dropped his vocal... octaves, if you will. He brought it down and he had a different singing style approach. At first, it sounded like a different singer and different style. Since then, he's kind of brought it back, his signature sound and style. I don't know what the reasoning was behind it. I didn't look too deep into it. And if I did back then, I don't remember. But that was kind of the last time I was like really digging them, as my interests really went off in a different direction shortly after that. And it was kind of to the end of pop punk. Obviously, it's still existent today. It's making a comeback. We're talking a lot about this style this year, and it's definitely circling around again, thanks to a bunch of the artists back then, notably Avril, as we talked in our last episode. Travis Barker still very much relevant. Blink still in existence. I mean, there's a lot of these bands around, still relevant. Not as big, but, still a thing.
Green Day.
Green Day, exactly. But even them, stylistically, they've made changes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really classify them as pop punk anymore. There was only a brief time where I would even consider them part of that subgenre, if you will. Emma, thank you for the host. So I'm trying to think, like, when I think of pop punk, I think Good Charlotte. I think Newfound Glory. Trying to think of who else. Like, who comes to mind? Sum 41. Blink. That, to me, Green Day is kind of on the outskirts of it. They were alternative pop punk. They had different style to their sound. They weren't the bubblegummy. They had songs that were, don't get me wrong, but they had a little bit more edge. They weren't even though they were pretty much showcased at Hot Topic, don't get me wrong, they were the spokesman almost of the style of Hot Topic during that era. But I just...
Fall Out Boy, early on.
Fall Out Boy, yeah. The early stuff. On. Yeah, early stuff. But I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many bands we could speak on. Emma says pop punk lives on in your heart always. Of course, I mean, that's why we're here. It was a grooming period for our interests, and it led us to so many different types of bands. I mean, you and I enjoyed discovering so many off the years and years of Warped Tour. There was a lot of stuff, even the year we went. They're not pop punk per se, but they're a UK pop punk style beat union. So they're like an alternative, to that sound, but they're still poppy. They got their radio hits. So I mean, stuff like that. It's been an interesting journey. But anyways, coming home to my point was that was the last real album that I followed, besides the From the Screen to Your Stereo albums, which they did a couple of those. I don't believe you mentioned those.
No, they weren't, I guess, listed as full studio albums, but yeah.
Right, and these are their cover albums. So
right, sure.
A little bit of background, too. From my understanding, Newfound Glory got kind of big and known for their covers, and then actually started getting really noticed and popular for their original singles. But they were a cover band, I believe, in the early days, is kind of what they were good at or what they were known for. And I could be wrong on that. That's just the story that I've been told or discovered throughout the years of being a fan of theirs. I was actually supposed to see them back in September. We pulled out of the concert due to concerns in the venue size and, so many reasons. Obviously, health and safety right now. And things ain't getting better, unfortunately. I was really hoping for that this holiday season, but here we are. So for those listening, I hope you're safe out there and you have a safe holiday. But yeah, great background. They put out a lot of content, and here we are coming back, listening to them again. First full album in years that I've listened to. And I couldn't find anything. There was nothing on Wikipedia about this album.
Oh, really?
Like a background, because usually I find like a background of the recording process, or like how they put things together, or the pre-production or planning, or like you literally told me and then boom, it was out. I was like, okay. And even today I tried doing some follow-up research on just some review sites. I didn't dive into those because I don't want to be swayed by somebody else's review. I never read reviews if I'm reviewing something myself, because I don't want to steal the words accidentally of somebody else. Because that happens sometimes when you describe something, you're describing it in somebody else's words. So I didn't do that. So I don't have any background on this album, to be honest with you. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of those ones where I kind of heard them, put out a single, and I went, oh, they're making a Christmas song, and then kind of Googled it and found that they were putting out a Christmas album. But yeah, I didn't find any, like, in-depth interviews or, anything. I mean, they kind of been off the radar for a bit, I would say. I did listen to their... to be honest, I didn't know they put out an album in 2020. I saw that they released the deluxe album in 2021, and then it made me go and listen to those songs from the 2020 album plus the deluxe songs. And I really enjoyed that album. It's a really, really good album. Really reminds me of the early New Found Glory days, and definitely worth a listen to. Yeah. But, then going straight to this.
And that's what I mean, returning stylistically, what they've done now recently. I listened to the singles off that album because the concert that was supposed to be in September of 2021 was actually one that I bought tickets for June of 2020. It got delayed, obviously, and pushed back. Ultimately, gosh, who was the other band on tour with them? Simple Plan. Yeah, and they pulled out of the dates because of, obviously, health concerns, and they're a Canadian act as well, too. So they pulled out of the dates, which there was another reason, too. I was like, I'm paying full price, and the bands that you replaced them with, I don't care for. So, like, I couldn't justify the ticket costs. So we did a refund of that stuff. It's unfortunate because I would have loved to have seen them both. Like, I've seen Simple Plan before, and they're fantastic. So, like, it would have been an awesome, like, throwback concert, and it would have been amazing, I bet. It's unfortunate I got delayed, and they had released that album 2020, anticipating that tour to promote it, obviously, but things got delayed. So I'm glad they got to do their part of the show and promote the album. But it's unfortunate, obviously, what happened. Let's give our predictions and let's talk about this thing.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll predict you.
Okay.
It's out of 10. Whole numbers is what we've been doing. We'll stick with that. We should do it out of 12 because, it's the 12th month of the year. 12 is kind of like holiday, but we're not going to do that. That'd be weird. So out of 10, gosh, this is tough because, like, how do you base it? Are you basing it off Christmas albums? Are you basing it off a New Found Glory album? Are you basing it off albums in general? Listenability, replayability. There's so many factors that we consider. Lyrically, is it great? Is it bad? Musically, is it aligned with your interests? This one was challenging because I know generally you enjoy most parts of the holiday season. There are things you don't enjoy. Stylistically, I know there's a lot of influence of bands you like, specifically from the 50s and 60s. That is clear on this album, which I'll get to in our breakdowns. So, out of 10, I would say you would give it a 7.
Okay. So, for you, obviously, we had our discussion last week about you not giving any 10s. So definitely 10s off the board.
Fair.
So I don't think it's 9 worthy for you or 8. Based on my listening and your musical interests, I'm going to say you're going to give it a 5.
5. Okay, so 7 and a 5 is what we think here of each other. Let's see how accurate we are. There are 11 tracks on this album, and I'll kick things off for us.
Okay.
December's Here, the title track off the album, kicking things off. Classic rock feel, as I mentioned. Definitely influenced by bands like the Beach Boys. I hear it so much littered throughout this album, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, unless you don't like that stuff, which I know you do.
Okay.
So, definitely also present is the styling of New Found Glory here. Christmas is definitely felt on this track, with a pleasant groove and bells driving the song. And lyrically, I really enjoyed the references to watching Home Alone and Elf. I thought that was a nice little nod, because, for one, I watch them both annually. Home Alone is a, spoiler alert, Wednesday is our top Christmas movies podcast. Spoiler alert, Home Alone is in that top list for me. Fantastic movie. Is it the best Christmas movie? Tune in Wednesday. We'll give more info on that. Also, Elf, another fantastic one that gets watched annually. Love that movie. Overall, a decent opening track for a Christmas album. It fits all the things you'd look to listen towards during the holidays. And it fits the title track, and it fits as a single to promote such album. So, yeah, decent opener.
All right. Yeah, as you said, kind of a uplifting, very classic rock, like Beach Boys. Definitely can hear the influence in there. I noticed it kind of reminded me of Reliant K. They had a lot of that kind of feel in it with the bop bops and the oohs. So got a little, small pop punk guitar solo in the middle of the song, but overall, yeah, I mean, a good start to the album. Like you said, references to movies, Elf and Home Alone, and Christmas Vacation was the other one that they mentioned. And then, yeah, I could close my eyes and recite the lines, which, I mean, if they're mainstays for Christmas for you, everyone can relate to that. So, yeah, good start to the album. I enjoyed this track.
Nice. Trevor in chat says things I don't enjoy. Christmas music. So Trevor's out. He doesn't like this one. What's up, Will Zoda? Emma says Christmas music is amazing. So we have both sides of it here for our listeners. Trevor says Christmas music goes in the same category as country music. That category of things I never want to listen to. Emma says Home Alone and Elf equal insanely awesome. Trevor says Home Alone is great. Elf is garbage, Trevor?
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. I don't know, man. Really?
Wait, is Trevor the same one who said that Christmas music is just bad?
Yes. So he's a bit of a Scrooge, I guess, around the holidays.
Scrooge, Grinch, whatever you want to call it.
He's a mean one, Mr. Trevor.
It sounds like he's listening to the wrong Christmas songs.
He might. He needs more Mariah Carey in his life.
Yeah, that's really going to help.
Maybe.
Don't get me wrong. I love it.
Do you?
Yeah. It's a great song. One of my favorites. But there are other punk songs. There are other songs, by the Ramones and other ones that are good hits, good Christmas hits that a lot of people don't put on their Christmas playlist because they're not,
traditional,
super positive or traditional.
Yeah. But
there's some great Christmas songs out there.
Yeah, I think Andrea is more of a traditional artist. I think the only time she ever ventures out is like the lounge singers.
The Bublés and
the Bubbles, Mr. Bubbles. She likes that stuff. So
yeah. That's past for me.
Yeah, I don't generally. Spoiler: I don't generally listen to Christmas music, but that's just me. I do like some though. Like one of my favorite times of year was in orchestra back in band because of Sleigh Ride. Like that was a fun song to play in band. Yeah. Like that was really cool. And it had a drum solo sections, and I get to play the drums a little bit, so I thought that was cool. So
yeah, and I had the reindeer on the trumpet, the muted trumpet, at the end. So yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for the invitation. Yeah, you nailed it.
Spot on. That's what we do here.
Yeah. That sounds like a good sound clip right there.
There's your next alert. Thank you. Someone clip that. Let's go back to chat real quick before we continue. Had an elf alarm clock once. It was cute, says Emma. Batman agrees, plus Christmas Vacation. Trevor says, not a Will Ferrell fan, so that's why you're not a fan of Elf. Fair, but Will Ferrell does have some good content. There are some bad stuff by him. A lot of bad stuff. we could do a podcast on the good and bad of Will Ferrell because there's a lot to digest with his stuff. So I agree in that sentiment. Not everything he does is gold. And that's okay. But Elf, though, that's a good one. That's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Let's continue on. Yeah, Emma saying bah humbug. Trevor. Lana's been listening to Christmas music since November 1st. So you know where she stands. Emma says Fairy Tale of New York is your favorite Christmas song. I don't think I've heard that one. Are you familiar? Fairy Tale of New York?
No.
Who's the artist on that? You worked 10 years in retail and they played it all the time. One time they had a Christmas in July event and never stopped until after Christmas. Oh, yuck. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas by Perry Como, and the Fontaine Sisters is the best. The laugh and it kills you every time, says Lana. Now, here's the thing about retail and music. I understand that sentiment. In high school, I worked at Craig's Cruisers. For those unfamiliar, that is go-karts, laser tag, pizza, arcade. Family Fun Center. One of their big sponsors was, I think, B93. And for those that don't know, back then, I don't think that's a station anymore. But
it is.
Is it still, really? Is it still country, too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They were one of the most dominant stations in the area, besides, like, WSNX back in the day. I mean, everyone remembers that. They grew up in Grand Rapids area. So, but anyways, B93, they had a birthday bash concert. It was all country, and it was around the time of the early 2000s where everything was going pop country. And amazingly enough, there was a period of time where I was singing along to Rascal Flatts. So you can get sucked into things that you're constantly hearing, or it can drive you absolutely insane. Understandable, there's two sides to that coin. I realized what I was doing, and I quickly stepped away from that. And I was like, let's not do that with our lives. Because life is a highway. It's a Rascal Flatts cover song.
Yeah, got it.
Anyways, I don't know how to say that. The Pogues? I don't know. And Kirsty Mackle? I don't know. Those are tough words. Those are big words in chat. Trevor had a manager starting Christmas early one year, and you hated him. The birthday bash almost punched a dude with the Confederate flag at one of those, says Andrea. Doesn't surprise me. Words are hard, Emma. Words are hard. Let's continue with our words of the review, though. Second track before we completely derail this thing and make it a 5-hour Christmas episode.
All right. Second track, Somber Christmas, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Good upbeat keyboards right at the beginning. Nice drum kick right into the nasally Newfound Glory authentic sound is basically the way I phrased it. Because, yeah, I mean, you feel like this is a Newfound Glory song immediately. The more bop bops and oohs like they had in the first track is a really, good song as far as lyrically compared to, say, like the first one is a good song, good song about quoting your favorite Christmas movies. But this one, it's a miracle if you let it be, follow all the lights back home and make new memories. So just, people returning home for Christmas, kind of starting fresh. Got a little bit of a choir singing about the sun rising and escaping darkness. That goes right into the chorus again. Just, saying it doesn't, Christmas doesn't have to be so somber this year. And then it's a really good upbeat song. I can see why they released it as the single off the album. I would say it's my favorite track from the album.
This one's your favorite?
Yes, okay. Somber Christmas.
Oh, this is also a single. I didn't know this was a single too. How many singles then are there off this?
So this is the one they made a music video out of.
Wow. I did absolute poor research for this. I apologize. Like I said, I found hardly anything on this. I was looking for details. And I generally go to Wikipedia. I know it's not the greatest source of information, but a lot of times it is. So, yeah, there was not a lot. I'm surprised. So how many singles are there? Are there just the two then? Because, this album just came out. So obviously there's the one building up to the release of the album. And then that one. I'll have to go watch the music video. You guys should too. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Trevor likes Coco Melon. He says he sings along in the shower, and he stopped and wondered what he was doing with his life. Been there. Been there. Somber Christmas. Yeah, I agree with some of the sentiments. So Christmas, aka the Jingle Bells, kick off this track. Some piano and drums kicking off more of the upbeat pop punk feel of this. Early 2000s, New Found Glory is definitely relevant here. Like you said, the nasally, that was one of the biggest things that people describe New Found Glory. They plug their nose and they try to sing. It's unique, though. Not many people sound like him, so whatever he's doing is working. So in this track, I said pop punk is alive and they infused it with Christmas. Lyrically, they want to bring, from what I understood, the joy to the holidays and state that they are here during the season and just don't be somber. I don't know. That's what I was getting from it. I don't know what more you could say.
Didn't hit for you, huh?
Yeah, there's just not a lot to unpack lyrically that I felt. It's pretty straightforward. There's just, I don't know. Not I don't know how to describe.
Not a hit for you.
No, it's okay. This song's okay. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand you like it, but
yeah, no, I like the style of it. Like, just it felt like a New Found Glory song to me. Just even the way you sing "Summer," just kind of it fits with New Found Glory, and yeah, I thought it was a nice upbeat, positive song.
It was, yeah.
Even though it's called Somber Christmas.
Well, right, they're giving reassurance that they're here. Don't be right. It's quite the opposite of the name of it. So, it's fine. Like I said, I understand why you would enjoy something like this. It's just it exists to me. It's fine. It's not terrible. I just didn't love it. I didn't add it to any playlists. Let's put it that way. So,
okay,
that's just me. 3 is Holiday Records, track 3. Upbeat pop punk feel continued with this one, lyrically singing about the joy leading up to Christmas Day, partying on Christmas Eve while overplaying holiday songs and getting ready for the get-togethers. Song references the Beach Boys, Bruce Springsteen, and your favorite, Mariah Carey. Also has a fun vocal and drum bridge during the song. Definitely encourages the sing-along style to everything. So, I thought this one was fine. This one was a good one. I didn't hate this. I did not unpack it for. Again, this approach to this review was difficult for me, and we prefaced this in the beginning. How do I talk about this? Is it a Christmas album? How am I reviewing it just as a Christmas album compared to other Christmas albums? Like, I didn't know how to handle this approach to this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I get it. So yeah, like I said, for me, I've got some light piano and tambourine, more ooh-oohs and bop-bops.
Best description ever, by the way.
Which I thought was interesting for 3 songs in a row. So yeah, I mean, it's a holiday song about singing their favorite holiday songs on repeat, which could be one of these songs for you in the future. So it's kind of like a songception. They mentioned Beach Boys, Bruce Springsteen, Mariah Carey, more light guitar solos, basically a Christmas Eve sing-along song. Yeah, I thought it was a good song. One of the better ones on the album, but not a standout that I would be adding to any list.
Do me a solid. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to do a vocal sing-along with Chad here. I want you to do your ooh-oohs and your bops, but I want you to do a drawn-out ooh, and then with staccato, I want you to hit that bop, just a short.
Are you going to do the ooh, and then I'll do the bop?
I mean, I guess we could do that.
Put it all on me.
Okay, so ooh.
Bop.
What song, guys? I bet you're never gonna get it.
Yeah, never gonna get it. Oh, sorry, did I ruin your song?
No, I just waited to see when chat catches up. Chat's singing along. They're doing ooh bop. We got Emma going ooh, the drawn out ooh. Thank you for that, and a bop after. So you guys are getting it.
Good.
Rada says, I know it, but I forgot the name. I'm waiting for Lana to chime in. That should be one that she knows. There you go. En Vogue is the artist. Emma says, I literally went to Hanson.
Oh, it's bop. There's not a lot of bops, a lot of ooh bops.
Yeah. Ooh.
Get your bops right.
The bop is still there. Bop, bop. Yeah. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, En Vogue, my lovin', never gonna get it. She says stupid with 2 O's. What did you talk about? So that was the segment of vocal stylings with Justin and Trav. Let us continue.
Is this an ASMR podcast now?
I mean, technically, aren't all podcasts ASMR?
No, not if you hear some of the hosts that I hear.
Oh, that sucks. That really sucks for them and their listeners. Sorry.
All right.
I bet you they're getting nothing for Christmas.
Probably. All right, next we got Nothing for Christmas. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Wow, what a good segue. Like you said, this is not an original song for this album. It was on the Punk Goes Christmas album from 2013. It said acoustic guitar, got some jingle bells, kind of sleigh bells going on in the background. Christmas is coming, so don't buy me nothing. It was hard for me to write "Don't buy me nothing" because I know it should be anything, but they did it for the rhyme. Great meaning of the song about cherishing family time or time with their partner. Got some kind of women's backing vocals in the song, and no bop bops in this one.
No,
I thought it was okay.
No bops.
I mean, I've heard it several years ago, and I thought it was okay. And now they put it on this album, and it's still okay for me.
Still okay, yeah. You know, when I saw this, I was like, wait, this sounds familiar from the one they did, indeed, like you said, released 2012, and then the Christmas compilation in 2013. I was kind of hoping for this one to be a cover. You know, I'm getting nothing for Christmas. No, that didn't happen. I was like, such an opportunity here for them. Because, like, it is a whining song, and, like, as you described them, kind of nazy, whiny band. That's not a slight, but, like...
Yeah, it's their style. Sound. Yeah, I mean, it would have been a perfect fit.
Yeah.
But no, they decided to take it in a totally different direction, which was an old direction.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
Not an old enough direction.
Yeah, so, I mean, you had a lot of same notes. Again, 2012 was released on a very Newfound Glory Christmas, and then Punk Goes Christmas compilation in 2013. He said it slows things down into almost love song, lyrically saying that they got what they wanted for Christmas, and that's you. I'm looking at you guys right now, ASMR Podcast. We got you for Christmas, and that's all we want. This is the part of the show. You missed these, by the way. We boop. Like, they put their nose on their phone or their computer screen, and I boop their nose. These are things that happen during the shows. It gets weird in here, man. It gets weird. See, we got boops in chat. They booped my finger, and I booped their nose. These are the things that happen, and these are one of the many reasons you should tune into our programming each week. That is what we do here. We get weird and loud.
No bops, just boops.
Just careful there. You almost said another word. We don't say that word on this show. We would get banned. Just booped a nose. Continuing on, or otherwise I'm going to get nothing for Christmas. Just probably a Christmas card.
Oh, no further comment on that one? Just yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like you said, I heard it before too, so it was fine. I get why it's on the album. It should be. So, you know. Christmas cards, though. We've all had them. Hopefully. If you haven't, I'm sorry. Let me know. I will make that a thing for you, even though I haven't sent a Christmas card in God knows how many years. You guys do that. Thank you, by the way.
We do.
I don't know. This is like... I don't love this season. I don't hate Christmas time for those that love it, but I like this Halloween time, like fall, is pleasant for me. I didn't always have the fondest memories of Christmas time growing up. So like this isn't always one of those favorite things. It should be now because I get to create them for my children, and it is. But like this, it's just not my favorite. So I don't think about all the things that go involved with the season, and that makes me a bad Santa. So I apologize. Sorry, guys. Anyways, Christmas card. Upbeat, almost 50s like beat to this track, influenced by bands like the Beach Boys. You don't like them, so you probably hate this. So that's what it seems like. It's short. It's roughly 2-minute track.
Yep, 2 minutes 10 seconds.
2:10 is short. Trevor says, you said I was being a Scrooge. Come to the dark side. We have cookies. You had cookies. You brought them to me, Trevor. Thank you again for that. Lyrically, they describe how they can't find someone the perfect Christmas card. Which, adorable. Make your own, dude.
Yep.
Anyways, it's a nice thought. It's a lyrically nice, kind, caring, compassionate song. Lyrically better than a lot of the other stuff so far, kind of. A little bit more mature and adoring. I don't know.
Well, you got part of your analysis right. So I said cheesy lyrics about trying to find the perfect Christmas card for their partner. I found it pretty relaxed, boring.
Boring.
Trying to go across state lines to find the perfect Christmas card. I'm on cloud 9. I mean, kind of really bad lyrics in this one. I know you said lyrically it's better than some of the stuff before it.
Because they're really reaching for ideas. And
we couldn't disagree more on the lyrics for this song.
Yeah, but hold on. Look at the approach that we take with how we even speak. That's right up my alley with using just horrible puns and stupid remarks to describe something happening.
That explains why you think it's an improvement.
Yeah, so.
I'm
getting sweaty now.
More,
God.
More sleigh bells and more bop bops at the end. So I have noticed a trend now. All 4 of their new songs up until this point have had some bop bops in there, and the only one that didn't was an older song. So, yeah, very. Nah, I don't even want to give it a meh. It's just a bad song.
How many songs in existence do you think have bop in it? And what does bop mean? There's a Bop It toy. Did you have that toy?
I did.
Yeah. So you were down with the Bop It.
Yeah.
You like
not these bops though.
You don't
just filler.
Yeah. I always wonder the origin of some things, like when you're writing a new genre, like you're creating a new genre, right? You're the entrepreneur, the what do you want to say?
Innovator.
The innovator. Thank you. Words are difficult. Yeah, you're ushering in a new movement of sound and style, and you were in the studio, and you uttered the word bop, and they were like, "What did you just say?" Print it. That's money. They said.
Mm-hmm. Or they went, "Oh, that kind of sounds like a note. Let's just keep it in there."
It's kind of like a note, yeah. Bop, 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 bop.
There's so many. You can go low with it. You can go high with it. Bop. It's got a lot of variation.
Bop. Yeah, there is quite a bit of range there. It's cool. It's a fun word.
Mm-hmm.
Rada says, "Words are not my friend tonight." When are they ever? Let's be real. Not a lot, so that's okay. Continue on. Otherwise, we're going to ask for forgiveness from someone.
All right. So up next, got Santa Forgive Me, 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Again, kind of a mellow tune with a tambourine, guitar. We got some doo-wops in this one, not just bop bops. We've got some doo-wops. Lyrically, basically about doing dumb things, making stupid mistakes, and how Santa's judging them about them, and how Santa doesn't have their life, and Santa should try to be in their shoes once. So I thought that was kind of a weird approach, just saying, hey, forgive me, but also you're not me, so don't judge me. So kind of weird, kind of contradicting. Like, are you really sorry, or are you kind of trying to excuse it? But anyway, lyrically, basically a song about forgiveness. Good building guitars at the end. Yeah, this was just a bad song for me. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Santa Forgive Me. It just kind of, again, kind of cheesy for me.
You're going to be asking for forgiveness because Christmas is in like 5 days, right?
Yeah.
And you know what he does for all the naughty boys and girls? Nothing. You get nothing for Christmas. We talked about this earlier. Forgive him. Forgive the red man. Not the rapper Red Man. Don't forgive him. For he has sinned. He said naughty words in his songs. Newfound Glory.
Quite a few.
He said quite a few naughty words. I learned them all. Those are the words that I could use. But I'm not going to because we would lose. Oh, we don't have any sponsors. Never mind. Anyway, slower track again. That slowly builds into the chorus. Classic vibes to this one. Very influenced here again by the 50s. And I also mentioned the doo-wop. She bop to bop to bang to bang diggy 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 said you boogie the up jump the boogie. How do you think that came to be?
Do we really need to go into the mentality of Kid Rock?
That would be you don't say that down here. We would not discuss any of their stuff. So
please.
That's not happening. So no worries there. Lyrically, wanting Santa to visit, forgive the things they did. He mentions copying a test. It's so juvenile. Just some of the lyrics of this one. I mentioned lyrically positive, and then I'm also contradicting myself on some of this. It's just what I do here. Maybe it's relatable topics and not so relatable. But copying a test, stealing bowling shoes. I mean, that's kind of funny. They're kind of cool shoes, but when would you really ever wear them? Especially stinky shoes that millions of other people have worn. Just go buy your own. I don't know. Fighting in the lunchroom, dumping chili on someone's new shirt. I thought that was a very specific reference. Was that from something that I'm missing?
Not that I'm aware of, but I didn't really look into it because I wasn't a big fan of the song in general. So I wasn't like, I gotta understand the chili reference.
Right, I need to know more about this chili.
Yeah. Whose chili was it?
I do like chili, though. Chili is really good, by the way. What's your favorite kind of chili?
White chicken.
White chicken, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like chili beans in it, or do you no bean?
Oh yeah,
definitely the bean. I enjoy hamburger meat and stuff like that too. Like, the beans and the meat. What are we talking about here? We're getting Ladies and gentlemen, next week on the mRNA podcast, we're going to be talking about chili recipes. Could you imagine like an hour-long chili recipe episode? Just a special one-off about chili. And then at the end, we do full-on ASMR of stirring the pot of chili.
Ooh.
How comforting would
that
be?
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
Then at the end, of course, you got to eat it and then get all those sounds.
Yeah, take a small bite of it. Just really taking all the flavors and then describe.
And then realize it's too hot and just go, what the?
Right, just have it, then the episode ends, it's done. That's it. Thanks for checking out the Chili Show, the one and only. Burnt my tongue, now I can't do anymore. Great. Batman says, sounds good. See, we've turned people on to chili here. The Red Hot Chili Peppers is rated. That's a great band. Maybe we'll review something of theirs one day. They're a lot of fun, though.
So how'd you feel about it?
It was fine. Yeah. It was fine. Average song, like, not a standout, but I didn't hate it. I'd say probably in the middle, and it deserves middle placement of the album. So it's right where it needs to be. It's fine.
Gotcha.
What do we got? Our first Christmas?
Yep.
This is our first Christmas doing this podcast
Review.
together. Yeah, for the review show. I said that at the beginning. I'm reminded with the title track here.
Does this have a special meaning because of us?
Yeah, this is for us. This is our song.
Oh, okay.
So,
makes sense.
Track 7, this is our first Christmas. Jingle bells carry this slower track that continues at the same pace throughout of it. Lyrically, the excitement of having their first Christmas together, like us! The mRNA Podcast Christmas Special! Not much to write home to about this song, though. It exists. Didn't love it.
Yeah. Yeah, more light tambourine, acoustic, piano. Basically, about tidying up for Christmas, since it's their couple's first Christmas together. Trying to impress. Our first Christmas, our first Christmas, our first Christmas together. Very repetitive, very mind-numbing. It's catchy, but mind-numbing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just bland. More ahs in the background. So no oohs or bop bops, but we got some ahs. Yeah, again, this is just, for me, the third bad track in a row. So
yeah, I'm starting to get to the point where it's like, I'm glad this is 11 tracks and it's only like 33 minutes. Because it was in the middle of this, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Will Zona in chat says, yeah, my family's watching a lot of Christmas movies. All the Christmas movies, says Emma. You guys are in luck. Wednesday. Tune in this Wednesday. We have our Christmas special, our movie podcast. So that is called the RDNA podcast, REEL, because we keep it real, like a film reel. You get it? That's our tagline for that show. Aren't you glad you're not part of that one? Because, man, they don't stop the puns. They continue. They're pretty punny. Join us Wednesday, though. We're going to be giving our top 10 Christmas movies. We'll have questions like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas or Halloween movie? That'll be on Wednesday. Is Jurassic World a Christmas movie? You say no over there. I see you shaking your head. But guess what? Wikipedia says it is because it takes place at Christmas time and the parents are getting divorced, so they send them to Jurassic World. Yes.
Oh, I feel the Christmas in that one.
All the feels.
Yeah.
So tune in on Wednesday, 2 nights from now, the RDNA Christmas special, as we put together the top 10 Christmas movies. Can we do it? What is your favorite? No, that's a question. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Jingle All the Way.
That's right. We talked about that before. For those that weren't listening before and have a poor memory like myself, until I remember while he was saying it, Jingle All the Way, which we've had multiple discussions on.
But there are several honorable mentions. There are some solid films out there, especially now with the amount of stuff they're putting out. I mean, a lot of it are misses, but over the last few years, there have been some good hits that will be on repeat, because we do 25 days of Christmas movies in our house. So good time to spend with family and watch a Christmas movie, and helps us discover new stuff all the time.
What'd you watch today?
Today was The Grinch, the animated, the newer 2018 one.
I saw that in theaters. It was really good.
It was good.
One of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Stocking stuffer last year. Yep. Gotta love it. Yeah. I love it. I don't know. If you're ever feeling in a bad way or depressed or sad about something, I usually go to the fainting and yelling goat videos. I don't know why I find that so funny, but it is really funny.
Not the video of you slipping on the ice, but the
no, that goat exists too. If you want to check that out, it comes up in chat every now and then. Oh, here's something funny that chat likes too. You want ASMR? Right now there is a redemption for tortugas, which are turtles. This is what they sound like apparently while they're mating. You can't hear it right now, but it's very discomforting.
Hmm.
They're really
Going for it?
yeah, they went. And good on them. Tados. Give him my best impression of it. Shall I give you my impression of the Tados? Would you like to hear what the Tortugas sound like during their mating session?
I don't know. I feel like that's gonna hit a little too close to home for what you got going on in your private life. I'll leave that for Andrew.
I gotta hold on. I need you to lean in to the speaker on your device. Can you do that? And he goes. So Christmas is coming. Don't buy me nothing. You. Hey, you know what? Let's talk about one of our favorite 4-letter words since we're on the topic of all this. Let's talk about snow. That popular S word that pisses some people off. What'd you think? What'd you think about snow?
Snow. So yeah, this one, slow drum intro for this one into kind of repeating piano keys, throughout. Definitely kind of slows down, gets kind of more serious, I would say, lyrically, compared to the stuff before it about Christmas cards and Santa forgiving them and, as I mentioned that I loved before. So one of the lyrics from the song was, and I'll count the photos in the hallway of my family that have passed. The stories through the evening keep us smiling. Hurts less if we can laugh. So I thought that was just an excellent lyric, especially with COVID or, with whatever struggles people have been going through. I know over the last couple of years we lost some family members and, so I know this Christmas will be a little different for us. So I thought I really related with that lyric and thought it was really good. This one does have the oohs. The oohs are back in this song, but it felt very fitting for the tone of the song. Excellent lyrics with kind of a melancholy, slow finish about the power of Christmas time to help them stay positive. This was... this and Somber Christmas are probably my favorite tracks from the album. But I just felt like lyrically they were taking this one to definitely a different level, different approach from what they were singing about before, but also just kind of a way to remember the positives that you've got going on around Christmas time rather than the negatives or, remembering happy memories of those that have passed or just of Christmas time in general.
Yeah. And I'm beginning to connect the dots in a lot of things that brought us to this moment tonight. You're talking about the return of the ooze, right? Chad is talking about turtles. You're talking about using the ooze and the songs and the success of that. And then I'm again reminded of the turtles. I'm like, how do these two things relate? But then I begin thinking it's the secret of the ooze. Things slow down with a more somber track here with Snow. Piano drives this one with drums and acoustic, as you mentioned, lyrically speaking on memories of Christmas from years past. I feel like I'm quoting you in all this, but you accurately described it. Missing family that had passed and remembering stories. Bringing the truth to a lot of Christmases that it isn't always holly jolly wonderland for some out there. That is a fact. A lot of people think of, yay, Christmas, family, presents. Well, guess what? Shit happens out there, and it's not always holly jolly for everybody. So remember that. Christmas is difficult for some people. A lot of people. Could be difficult for the person next to you. Could be difficult for a coworker, a friend, your family. Who knows? So don't try to rub it in people's faces how holly jolly you are. We'll get to another track, which I thoroughly enjoyed lyrically later on in this album. Yes. But, yeah, I enjoyed the serious tone. I felt this was disconnected from the album on what they were trying to accomplish. But where would you put it, right? Like, it wouldn't fit on one of their other albums. So, like, it shows, like, these funny, quirky, pop punk kids, guys, can get serious. And they did a good job lyrically in this one. So, one of the more standout ones lyrically, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they've been around 20 plus years. Of course, they've been through struggles. And, some of eventually your lyrics are going to get more serious over time.
You would hope so.
Yeah, not always, but for bands that actually grow.
Right. What's up, Ty? What's up, Muller? Welcome to the Music Review Nerd Acumen Christmas Special. We're talking about Newfound Glory. December's here. So sit back, relax. And if you've missed anything, you can always catch these on demand anytime on your favorite podcast platform, such as Spotify. You can also catch it on Google. A little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of bubbly. Thank you, Ty. You can catch it on Google, Apple. You could find the videos also now. The video format on Spotify, very cool. But if you're watching videos, just go to YouTube. Let's be real. Like, it's cool that they offer on Spotify, but if you're going to watch videos, go to YouTube. Just saying. Hit that like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you. We should continue, though, so we don't fight, because it's Christmas, right?
Right.
I'm trying with these. I'm really trying. Backup beat again. 50s beat behind it. Bells and drums drive this, what I describe as a clap-along track. Lyrically, this one is pretty good, as it describes dealing with shopping and people around the holidays. One of the better tracks, lyrically, as it describes the feeling for so many. The thing that I kind of was disappointed by was I felt they could have touched on so many more relatable things. But again, I mentioned sometimes simple just works too. They talk about dealing with traffic. They talk about dealing with shopping. If you've ever been out around the holidays trying to find something or dealing with anyone in retail, it sucks. It really does. I'm thankful, and I know it's not Thanksgiving, but we can still give thanks and be thankful for things around Christmas time, right? That's a thing, right? I'm thankful for online shopping. I'm sorry if that hurts anyone that works in the retail world, but convenience, I'm sorry. And a pandemic on top of it, come on. So, I don't miss doing that stuff. I worked retail. I don't miss doing that stuff. So, Ty says Thanksgiving over. I ain't thankful for shit now. Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Bop. Doesn't fit there, but I had to say it.
That's fine.
Okay, what do you got?
All right. So yeah, for this one, 2 minutes 17 seconds, just a short song. Like you said, they could have touched on more things. Acoustic. Starts off with acoustic guitar. Kind of reminds me of "Hit Me with Your Best Shot" in the intro. Yeah. As far as the notes they were hitting, we got more bops in this song. So yeah, I mean, it talks about Christmas, basically the long lines, traffic, please don't fight. I know it's cold outside, but don't lose your cool was one of the lyrics in the song. I know you like this one. It was a miss for me. Even fading out to the applause at the end, just kind of like, oh yeah, it was like a live song. Yeah, I guess you could sing along to it, but I would feel weird singing along to a song about traffic and shopping.
I mean, when you put it that way.
Well, I mean, like, all I want for Christmas is you. I mean, that says it all. Like, right?
I mean,
lyrically?
Tell me more. Does it describe this?
I'm just saying.
Sing it.
I mean,
sing it for us.
This is a miss for me. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. So yeah, I found the applause at the end a little bit cheesy. Kind of like an old Beatles set or something where, yeah, that kind of 60s feel. Yeah, it was one of the bad songs for me.
Question.
Yeah.
Have you ever sang in your vehicle driving somewhere, wherever, that song, All I Want for Christmas Is You? Have you ever sung
constantly?
You sing along to it. You.
Oh yeah.
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 I've never wanted more to stalk you and drive around where you're driving, to have the odd off chance of hitting a red light and looking over at you, just
Oh yeah,
microphone, air microphone in hand.
It would be obvious.
Yeah.
What was that show on MTV that was short lived? The Carpool Karaoke, or not? Yeah. Not Carpool Karaoke. That's the James Corden. You know what I'm talking about? The one where they would actually set up hidden cameras in people's cars, and then you would, get seen for your bad singing skills in your own car, which is kind of messed up.
I mean, the acoustics of a vehicle, you have that glass and it bounces the voice back at you, and you're surrounded by speakers depending on your setup. That's the best place to sing besides your bathroom.
Great. It's great.
Like, the acoustics in a shower are fantastic too.
Yeah, get a little bit of echo.
Yeah, but that reverb is important.
Yeah, it's not the same as a car.
No, a car is ideal.
Yep.
But sometimes we can be choosy. I currently do not possess a vehicle, so a shower it is for me. What do we got in chat going on? You guys are talking about all kinds of stuff. They want you to sing it, by the way. They were chanting that.
Oh, it's not happening.
Sorry, guys. Rated says traffic looking for my chapstick. Look, there's a Ford Maverick. Is that a lyric? I don't know that one. Mariah starts that song off by saying she doesn't want much for Christmas, and then she says all she wants is you. She talking shit. You ain't much. Oh, damn.
Dang.
Okay. All I want for Christmas is... Okay, see, Ty's doing it in chat. Rita says all I want for Christmas is ... Emma says your 2 front teeth. Fun fact, I had to get one of my front teeth surgically aligned because it never came down. So that was a fun story. You all know now.
No fun.
Yeah, not really. Man, I had some jack teeth. Did you know me during that time? My teeth ain't great now. Don't get me wrong, but they're pretty rough. So, anyways, that's not why we're here. Let's continue. Jesus Christ.
All right. So up next, we've got It Never Snows in Florida.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go. See if you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I kill your segue?
No. There was no segue for this one.
So, this one, as I was listening to it, I was thinking, wow, lyrically, this is pretty complex compared to the other stuff in the album. Just as far as the details in the lyrics, and it didn't really fit with the theme of the album, aside from missing a loved one. So, yeah, basically, when I said there was a cover of a song on this album, I was thinking it was Nothing for Christmas. Just looking at the names of the songs. And then quickly realized that wasn't the case, and it's actually this song that they are covering of their own song called It Never Snows in Florida. So it basically kind of takes the punk rock out of the song and makes it Christmassy. That's kind of all I got to say about it. It was okay. I like the original better because I went back and listened to the original, and it seemed more fitting for their overall sound. So it's just, I think they just kind of found a song where they talked about it never snowing in Florida, and when snow Christmas, let's do that Christmassy. It was okay.
Yeah, that was a very odd choice. It felt forced to add this into the album. It was like they didn't want just 10 tracks, they wanted 11. Because when we discussed doing this album, I asked the very important question, is it a cover album? And again, what we talked about in the beginning, you said no. I was like, oh, okay. You said there was one cover song, which we both thought then, based off the track list, Nothing for Christmas was what it was going to be, but obviously it was not, based on our feedback. I don't know, did you have the idea or impression that there was a cover song off this then, or did you just fully assume and then just kind of course correct and go with this as your one cover song statement?
No, so basically, I had heard this one, and I thought it seemed, or So I guess when I looked at the track listing in Spotify, it said it never snows in Florida, but then it said holiday version. So that made me think, there's an original version out there that I wasn't familiar with. But when I listened to it, I liked the song, the original, but the holiday version just seemed out of place.
Yeah. So here's the thing. As you mentioned, previously released off their first album back in 1999, the song was slowed down quite a bit. They basically forced piano, made an acoustic version, added bells to it. I know you said your thoughts, but I'm quite the opposite. I said the song, in my opinion, is a better version of this song. While only musically the song has changed, the lyrics. Thank you for the redemption time. Don't you shy away.
Exclamation mark.
For the lyrics are the same, right? So only musically has
Exactly.
the song changed. Which they could have updated it to maybe, like you said, fit the theme of the album. But I mean, kind of fits, like snow, right? You think Christmas, if you think snow. However, it doesn't snow everywhere for Christmas for people. So that's a
Like
thing.
in Florida.
Right. Even though it recently snowed in Hawaii. It was pretty wild seeing that on the news. Shout out to Wicked. And shout out to Patrick. Speaking of missing people for the holidays. Miss you, Patrick. But yeah, honestly, like, I went back too, because I had remembered this song, not like fondly. And I went back and listened to it again. And it's fine. For whatever reason, I felt it was proper slowed down. Like, it was just a better fitting mood to match the lyrics almost. Because I feel like a pop punk band sometimes, a lot of times, the lyric doesn't always fit the music style that they're trying to convey, especially bands that, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but kind of just copy paste with their style to make sure they're consistent instead of being somewhat experimental. They're just, doesn't matter what the heck we're talking about. It's just going to be pop punk, pop punk, pop punk. You know, much like this album, you know, the bop, 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 bop on everything. It's just, this is our formula. We're going to stick to it because it's working. Let's just keep doing this. Sounds good. Yeah. Next song. You know, kind of thing. So again, experimental. I like it. It's different. Stands out. The holiday version is better, in my opinion.
So. All right.
Our last track off this, the 11th track for Christmas. I wish it was sake, because I would love some sake. But no, it's for Christmas sake, not Christmas sake. I would love some Christmas sake. You can send it to my address if you'd like, although you can't mail alcohol, so never mind on that. That's stupid and annoying. Or can you? Can you mail? I don't think you can mail alcohol.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. So don't do that. We don't need federal offenses up in here. For Christmas sake. You could buy it on Amazon. Can you buy alcohol on Amazon? It's technically mail. Yeah. Maybe like UPS or
Probably because they're
FedEx.
validating everything.
Right, yeah.
Because you could be sending it to somebody who's 12.
Yeah. I don't know. You were looking at gin. I don't know. Sake's good. That's the moral of that. The album closes with sleigh bells and things slowed way down. With guitar driving this track, it's another relatable track from thinking about in the perspective of a kid. Looking forward to the new toys that morning, you know, on Christmas. They reference Castle Grayskull and G.I. Joe. So if you're my age, probably more closer to my age than yours, I think that was like ending with my age. Yours had already like segued into like Ninja Turtles and other toys, which I was really into as well. Don't get me wrong, but like, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Grayskull, like that was all just kind of like trickling off. Obviously, kids were still getting that stuff, but the height of it was already done. And keep in mind, you're a couple of years younger than me, so for those wondering, like how old is this guy? I'm old.
Yeah, 52, right?
52. Damn, look at all this at 52. That's amazing. Sorry, ladies, I'm taken. And gents, too. Because we can go both ways. Anyways, they reference Castle Grayskull and G.I. Joe, which, you know, as I mentioned, was the things that, is the stuff that we wanted as a kid. Also, it talks about never wanting to grow old and basically implied staying young is the best joy of Christmas, right? Keep that spirit alive. Keep all these beliefs and joy and juvenile kind of like innocence. I guess that's what I'm trying to find. I'm scrambling for a descriptor here. The innocence alive in all of us. Now it's, as a parent, I know how important it is to provide that feeling, to kids on Christmas Day. Keep that kind of joy alive. So overall, lyrically, a great kind of closure on the subject of Christmas and an album. So I thought it was a good last track. It closed everything off. It was good.
Yeah, so for me, 3 minutes, 17 seconds. Like you said, it slows down quite a bit. Pretty mellow finish. Like you said, it kind of mentions toys that they wanted when they're younger, as far as, to be the kind of the standout kid in the neighborhood. Like the kid's house that everyone would want to be at because of the toy you got for Christmas. So nice echoing vocals, kind of a, retrospective kind of finish to the album. So one of the lyrics was, "So I stay young, like the way," so I stay young, like the way it was. So I like, I thought this was a really good closing track for the album. It's a good song. It's definitely a very positive note to end it on, and kind of like, trying to stay young so you're, appreciating what your parents have done, kind of type of thing. Really good way to close out the album.
Yeah, it even mentions like they the hard work the parents do. They probably didn't have the money to do these things, but somehow, some way, they found a way to provide all this stuff. Whether it be little, lot, just the joy, the happiness, that spirit of, Christmas. So for many, it means very different things. That's really the culmination of the holiday season for many of us. It could be just being with somebody. It could be just not having to work for a few days. It could be visiting, family, friends. It could be getting surprise gifts or giving surprise gifts to people. Helping others that didn't have, fortunate things. Charity for a lot of people. So there are a lot of ways you can celebrate and describe the holidays. So many more ways than I could describe here, obviously. But yeah, with that, my final review. While Christmas time and Christmas music are generally, as I mentioned, not my favorite things in the world, this has definitely been better than most Christmas albums I have listened to or have been forced to digest. New Found Glory is a band that I've had an interesting relationship over the years. They're a band I fell in love with their cover songs, as most people probably had. That continued with the love story of their pop-punk styling of the early 2000s. While that style faded, I think most people's love for this band did too, as did mine. They continue to come up with covers and various things I do enjoy, but overall, I am not head over heels or on a collision course anymore with this band. You're welcome. You could say that me being your friend, Justin, that I'm over you. Yeah. I'm forcing the puns here now. Anyways, the album overall is a good Christmas album. It hits most of the notes you'd look for when listening to something in this genre on the holidays. I do have to state again, it's generally not my favorite holiday or type of music, being holiday music. But this Christmas album is one that you should, add to your list if you like this genre, to give some style and variety to the season. Overall, though, I do have to give it a 6 out of 10. I don't hate it. There are some standouts, but I don't love it. Would I add it to my holiday list for once a year? Sure. But that's not enough for me to give it a much higher score than a 6, unfortunately.
All right. So I feel like you just write out your reviews at the end just so you can slip in some puns. Am I wrong?
It's just, I don't know. Like, I feel the thing I really enjoy about these is not so much the track by track stuff. It's just the kind of paragraph or two descriptors of these reviews, because for whatever reason I can't think like this on the spot. I have to read and edit my stuff as you could probably tell, the way I speak is very different than when I'm reading out my thoughts. So this is more rehearsed than it is live, if you will. So.
All right. Well, I'm just kind of winging it here as far as the end summary, because yours is so condensed and punny. Yeah. So for me, this I've got basically a playlist on Spotify of Christmas songs that's like 9 hours long. So I'm always looking for new Christmas tracks, or just obscure Christmas tracks that I haven't heard before, that I, can add to the list. And sadly, this album didn't give me much to add to that list. There are a few good songs that definitely stand out for me. December's Here. I really liked Somber Christmas. Holiday Records was solid. And then Snow, again, was great lyrically for me. And then, good closer. But aside from that, the fact that they're kind of reusing the song, kind of repeating the same stylistic things as far as like the Beach Boys goes and the doo-wops and the bop-bops, just got kind of repetitive for me. And I was hoping for more risk, more, even if you're going to do a cover of a song or something, kind of do it differently, which they did with a holiday song, but It Never Snows in Florida. But for me, again, I felt like it got worse. You thought it improved the song. So for me, the fact that two of those songs were, recycled material, and on 4 or 5 of them, I just kind of wrote bad. That doesn't make it score too highly for me. So overall, I'm a big fan of this band. Again, I listened to their most recent album. Great, it's a great album. Honestly, several hits off that album. Definitely check it out. And I got a chance to see him at Riot Fest, New Found Glory, and Simple Plan, Taking Back Sunday. If you're a fan of the Warped Tour, definitely, when in the early 2000s, definitely check out Riot Fest sometime. It's in Chicago every year. A lot of these bands play that circuit. But anyway, overall, I am giving this a 5 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
I was expecting more. I just found it too repetitive. I love the Beach Boys. I love that poppy inspiration.
That's why I had you scoring it higher, because I know your influence. I know what you like listening to or look for in some of your styles. But I guess when it's all the same copy paste format in a session like this, even though it's 33 minutes. It grows stale.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, a few really good songs off of here, but just some outright bad ones. Like the Christmas Card one, that one I just can't get over. It's just...
So would you have preferred, then, a cover song album from them?
I don't necessarily think it has to be a cover song album, but I think 2 or 3 Christmas covers, or even try to do something different. To cover your own song is, like we said, it's kind of out of place for the album.
Yeah.
I like hearing new takes on different Christmas songs, and a lot of the songs on my playlist are ones that are just, even covers, like we said, Mariah Carey. There's the My Chemical Romance cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You, which is good. It's definitely different. And yeah, they definitely took some risks with that song and made it sound different than the original, and but also like honored it. And I just felt like they had the opportunity to take a stab at, a plethora of Christmas songs, and they didn't do it with any. They just kind of took one of their old songs from 2013, threw it on the album, and then an old song from an album and made it Christmassy. So that was just kind of a letdown for me.
So here's the challenge then. If you're going to take some of your old material and repackage it or rework into a Christmas song, New Found Glory, if you're listening, doubtful, if you're listening, here's a challenge. Take all of your singles over the years and make Christmas songs out of all your singles and put out an album. Have it like the hits, but Christmas hits. I don't know what you call it. I can't think of anything on the spot, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all downhill from here. Come on.
The Christmas version of that?
I mean, yeah. Sledding. It's all downhill from here.
Like my elf's over you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of, like, Santa doesn't want to know, said I don't want to know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's possibilities here, Newfound Glory. Come on. Hear me out. We could be the catalyst for this.
Good. It's more likely going to be a head-on collision, though.
Yo, okay.
Oh, did it right back.
See, he gets it. He's finally, see, it's going to take probably 9 more episodes, guys, to get him just loosen up a little bit.
Oh, no. No.
We'll have him singing next year at the Christmas special. He's not even saying words now. He's just pantomiming unless he got muted. I don't know what happened there. I see what he's doing. See, I don't know how this works. So, yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we don't really have much else to say. If you like Christmas music, I mean, give it a listen. It's 33 minutes of your time. Just throw it on in the background or something. It's worth at least that. For a rare chance here, they gave it a better score than you. Like, it's odd, but usually you're more generous than I am on scoring things. So, I mean, give it a listen. It's worth at least that. So, as far as the rest of the week goes, for our Christmas week, we have 5 nights of content celebrating our 5th year of Christmas time with DNA. Tomorrow night, we're doing a bracket challenge. If you're unfamiliar with those, we're taking a bracket, much like an NCAA tournament bracket, and we're going to go, I mean, I guess rivalry by rivalry. The fight begins tomorrow. It's war. And we're going to be talking about the 64 picks from Cody and I. 32 from him, 32 from me. And the picks are our favorite video games of all time. There are some repeats. I think we counted like 8 or 9. And that's okay. But I have spread them all out throughout this bracket so that they won't possibly meet until later on if they win. So it'll be a debate for each one. And then if it is a tie situation where we cannot agree, we're going to turn to you, viewers, chatters. We're going to have you decide with prediction polls. We're going to use your channel points, and you can help us sway a winner. So be a part of that. Also tomorrow, we have these things. This is really loud, I'm sorry. These are, since it's war, we needed war heads. For every sub to the channel, whether it's gifted or not, or if it's just for you, or if it's gifted, for every sub, we will eat a warhead. That's right. For every 500-bit donation, we will spin the Fiery 5, because again, it's our 5th year of DNA Christmases. We'll spin the... Oh, it's so loud, I'm sorry. We'll spin this thing. I would have gotten habanero, and that would have been a bad time. Unless... You might like it. You like fiery stuff. I'm surprised you didn't partake in this. Figured you'd like those. If I have any left over, I'll send them to you, much like you got the donated hot sauces that year that you were on the Christmas one.
Yeah, right.
So, which you haven't seen that, check out the hottest Hot Ones channel. What were we talking about? Games of the year that year?
Over the decade.
Over the decade, yes. The hottest games of the decade. So, yeah. Check out that one. That is available on our YouTube. So, that was 2 years ago, right? 1 year ago?
Correct. Yep.
2 years ago, 2019. Right, because that was like the last time the band got together before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. So, yeah. Pema says yours arrive Wednesday. You're going to enjoy them. Trevor was on that one as well. Yes, you were. There was 6 of us in total, I believe, on that episode. 5 or 6 of us. I'm trying to remember.
I think 5. Yeah.
I don't know. But check that out. That's available. Oh, man, it was a good one. So, yeah, Tuesday night, tomorrow night, tune in for that same start time. We're going to be seeing what the greatest game is all the time. I'm going to one of us is going to leave pissed off and in disagreement, but there's got to be one winner. I already know, in my opinion, what the greatest game is for me. Will that win? Who knows? Probably not. Maybe. Yes. Tune in tomorrow to find out. Wednesday, we have, again, our top 10 movies, Christmas movies, specifically for our movie podcast. And Thursday, if you're like wrestling, we have our Nerd Acumen Wrestling show every Thursday. It is, again, this Thursday with our Christmas special. Santa said he's bringing a gift, and that gift is everybody's getting title shots. Well, not everybody, but mostly everybody. As many people as we can fit on the show, that is. So it's going to be a long show, and there's 7 titles on the line. It's going to be a freaking big night if you like wrestling. You, the listener right now, you could be getting a title opportunity if you're part of the show. It's a pretty big deal if you like the show. So, and then Friday on YouTube, we have our other wrestling show that'll be, again, exclusive to YouTube. That's our Christmas special for that show. And it's called NPC. It is the NAW Performance Center, or NPC, non-playable character. It's a pun itself on what the wrestlers are, because we're not actually playing them. So, haha, clever. But again, that's exclusive to YouTube. Check that out. That is for our up-and-coming talent and the future stars of Thursday night's NAW. So that is all going down this week. Anything you want to say, share, bring up, talk about before we exit here about the holidays? Anything that you're looking forward to? Anything that I guess the question that we can lead off with, what's number one on your list for things that, being selfish, what do you want for Christmas?
I mean, honestly, for me now with kids, I just want my kids to have a good Christmas. I don't have like, oh, I need to have the latest Xbox or the latest VR, So yeah, I've grown less materialistic. I say as I got a new TV recently.
That's why you're lying, because you got a new TV.
But no, honestly, like it's more fun now, just seeing their excitement. So that's what I want most this Christmas, honestly, is just to enjoy that time and make new memories.
Well, damn, I'm not giving my honest answer because now I feel like an a-hole. I'm in the middle, to be honest with you. But I mean, for anyone that knows me, understands that I'm an only child, so deal with it. I agree. It's fun seeing your kids happy and excited for gifts. That is so amazing. But I also enjoy getting things too. I'm not gonna lie. Getting like the movie, or like, you remembered, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not anything extravagant. Like, it's not like those commercials where the wife goes running outside and you're like, oh my god, a new Escalade. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen. Does it though? Do you know anybody that's happened to?
I don't know those people. No.
Okay.
Not in that circle of wealth.
Okay, I'd be fair, because I mean, I guess I have to preface with an asterisk. There are like couples that'll plan together and get vehicles for Christmas or something, like that was their idea. But I don't know anyone personally that just go out to the garage. I've bought a brand new 2021 or 2022 for you. Like, let's make friends with those people. Let's have them watch our shows and help fund the show. Because if they could do that, man, let's get this. Let's get this show out there more. But no, I'll be honest, like, right in the middle. Like, I enjoy the joy of seeing them excited, and then I also enjoy something like remembering, something that I may have brought up that I'm really interested in, that I didn't purchase myself, because like you said, you bought your own TV recently. I do a lot of, throughout the year, buy my own shit. I think that's adulting, though. You just start to, you're like, do I want this now, or do I wait 10 months till Christmas? No, I want this now. I'm just going to buy it now. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to pick one thing that came to mind when you're talking is just, I've been asking for years for just any hot sauce. I haven't gotten one yet, because it's like one of those things where, like, I go online and go, I don't want to pay $10 to $15 for a damn hot sauce. But if I got one for Christmas, that's what I mean. Yeah, we got one for Christmas. I'm all for it.
They have a subscription box too, right?
Yeah, that's like $15, $20 or $20 a month or something. Yeah. I got enough subscriptions right now, so I don't need to be adding more. And now I'm going to be on the hook for Paramount Plus, it sounds like. So.
And then they also have, like, you can buy this each season. They have their selection the 10 sauces. It's like $100 some odd.
Right.
It's like for hot sauce. I'm sure it's good, but damn, crazy. But yeah, no, it's okay to think of things like that. And listeners, if you want to send hot sauce, let us know. We'll get his info. Let us know. Help out a man in need. He loves it hot and spicy. Swipe right. That's all I got for you guys, though. It's been a wonderful Christmas episode. I honestly didn't know what to expect with this one. I enjoyed putting this one together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to it, whether you're listening to it live with us. Thank you, chatters, viewers, listeners. You guys are all amazing. We put this stuff out here for you guys and for, obviously, both of us to have fun in our own selfish ways. We've talked music for over 20 years between us already, so what's different just doing it live on the internet for all to judge us and see. So, but yeah, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, but the ho with an E, says Emma. Mueller says, I'm a only child too. Isn't it great? Especially on Siblings Day, you got to take that weird picture by yourself hugging the air. Those are my favorites. Gotta love Siblings Day. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, join us tomorrow night, please, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for our Bracket Challenge, the DNA Christmas special, the main show of the week. Wednesday, the music, or movie, we already did the music, we're here right now. The movie review on Wednesday, and then Wrestling Thursday on YouTube on Friday. So, got a lot ahead, and I'm gonna sign off and eat some Christmas cookies and finish my Coca-Cola. So.
And do your homework on those Christmas movies I recommended, because I'm sure you haven't watched any of them, and they should be on your list.
There are
just putting that out there.
There are a few.
Putting that out there.
8-Bit Christmas. Yeah, I still need to watch that before Wednesday, so I gotta fit that in there. There are a few other ones you recommended too, but yeah, I guess tune in Wednesday. Help us make the list. Hell, you could call in if you wanted to. Wednesdays, I know you're busy though, usually, so I don't know if you are this Wednesday.
You got 2 days, man. That's one movie per day at least if you want to watch 2 of those.
You ask a lot.
The 2 I would recommend the most would be 8-Bit and Claws. There you go.
Yes, a lot out of me. Trevor says 8-Bit was good. So there you have it. Will it make the list? Find out Wednesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, though, for night 2 of Christmas with DNA. Thank you, Justin, as always. Happy 2021. We'll be back with more stuff like this in January as we consolidate and make a super episode. That's right, super episodes are coming. So tune in January for that. He'll be back with us. Till next time, good night, everybody. Whoa.